What's happening? I just gotta give a shout out to my favorite baseball player, Elly De La Cruz, the first shortstop in MLB history to hit 20 home runs and steal 60 bases. And I think the list of 20 and 60 is like 5 or 6 people. So he's in the exclusive company. He's probably the most electric player in the league. I just want to give him a shout out.
That's cool. You know what? I did not even see that, and I kept an eye on him. But with so many things going on, but this is one of those guys who's going to be another star in MLB, playing for the Cincinnati Reds. So it's not one of those small-time teams. It's a historic team, if nothing else at all, when they're not playing up to par like they've been playing in the past and for what their history is.
They're around 500.
Yeah, right now they're about 500. But I mean, Cincinnati Reds. Sometimes you hear people say, okay, it's just the Cincinnati Reds, when they don't have the historic significance of knowing that the Cincinnati Reds is what baseball pretty much is about. They just don't even think about that kind of thing. But nevertheless, Elly De La Cruz, we saw the talent last year, but I don't think we were exclusive. Many other people saw the talent as well. We just watched it continue this year, and it's going to look like it's going up even higher. He's going to be their franchise guy. He's going to get paid if nothing else happens to him when the time comes.
Yeah, when he hits one in the gap, it's on. He's looking for 3, and most times he gets there. Outfielders need to get to that ball quick and get it in right away, or he'll be standing on third.
Yeah, and the good thing about him is that he's bringing back old school baseball that used to have steals, which really mattered back in the day. I don't think anyone is going to ever pass Ricky Henderson with all of the stolen bases he had, or even the aura, but at least it gives these new kids a chance to watch baseball who still watch baseball, to see that steals actually matter in baseball. It could really impact the game as much as home runs. When you're in baseball, it puts a lot of pressure on the pitchers, as you already know. But, man, I remember those days. I mean, you go back to even, what was it, your guy, Scott Podsednik, man? He was up there stealing bases.
Yeah, Scotty Pods, he stole a lot of bases, but I don't even think he reached 100. I don't think Ricky Henderson, definitely not his career, but even his single season records will ever be in jeopardy.
Oh, hell no.
No one's going to run like that. First of all, you have to get on base at a very high clip, because Ricky was on base all the time.
And you wasn't walking him intentionally.
Right. And he was a leadoff hitter, so he probably got more at bats than the average guy. Or Elly De La Cruz, he's not a leadoff guy. Maybe he's not going to get as many at bats. But he's not going to run as much as Ricky anyway. Like, Ricky ran every time. They would throw the ball over 16 times trying to keep him close. First pitch goes to the plate and he's gone. He's off to the races.
Ricky be Ricky, as the old saying goes.
Ricky does what Ricky does. Yeah,
exactly. But I hear so many stories. In fact, I remember years ago we had one of these guys who owned a memorabilia shop on the show with us when we did radio years ago. And he was talking about how he had brought Ricky Henderson in. He said Ricky Henderson was signing bats. I think they needed him to stay a little longer. And I think they probably wanted him to still, go with the same amount that he had charged to start with. He's like, Ricky can't sell batses like that. Batses, but plural. That's a new word, batses. So just Ricky being Ricky. That was cool. I mean, just to hear those stories about Ricky. And he talked about Warwick Dunn. I mean, good guys, bad guys, just funny guys, all of that. But anyway, Elly De La Cruz.
My favorite Ricky Henderson story is the John Olerud story. I think they were together on the Mets. And, John Olerud, he was the player he wore the helmet, first baseman. And Ricky saw him. He's like, hey, I played with a guy in Toronto that used to wear a helmet too. John Olerud said, that was me, Ricky. It was me.
Ricky was so much about himself, man. He didn't even know he had 8 other teammates out in the field with him. He just said, holy crap, man. I forgot all about that story, man, breaking it up. Ricky being Ricky again. Sometimes it's acceptable for certain people. Other people know he got away with it and became legendary for the wrong reasons and kind of the right reasons, being an excellent baseball player.
I just remember something. Since we don't talk baseball, don't click away. We're going to get to the football. I came across a video yesterday. It's only 2 minutes, but it was solid. It was something there was a matchup between Greg Maddux and Barry Bonds. I don't remember the title, but they're not in the same room together, but they're talking about an at-bat. And it was like when Michael was sitting there with the laptop, he's watching the video, and Maddox is saying, okay, it's the first inning. You know, you don't want to pitch around the guy the first inning, but, you know, he's very dangerous, whatever. So he throws the first pitch. And then they switch to Barry. Barry's like, all right, he came inside. I fouled it off, and I kind of got jammed. So now he thinks I'm going to speed up. So he's going to throw me something soft moving away. So then they go back to Maddox. He's like, okay, I think he's going to speed up. So now I'm going to throw him a changeup on that. And he says, so I throw him the changeup, and he just spits on it. He didn't even think about swinging. And Barry's like, yeah, I knew it was coming. Man, you got to watch it. It's fucking gold. It's baseball gold.
Yeah, it's probably like a chess game, man. The baseball chess
That's
game.
exactly what it was.
About. Move, speed chess. That's what it is. You know, and you never think about that. No one really uses that analogy when it comes to baseball, especially with a top flight hitter going against a top flight pitcher, and the mind games and just the thought process of getting an out or getting the hit between the both of them, and just seeing how it ends up. So you get to hear step by step how it might have gone, what he's thinking. You're trying to outthink him. Man, all that goes into that. You get the scouting report, you have players, but then if you've been in the league long enough, you know the tendencies of players, but great ones still figure out a way to get it done regardless of the tendencies. And great pitchers still try to get their stuff by you all the same way. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but great pitching always beats great hitting. But it's good when you can get a story like that, seeing both of them at their best, trying to get it over on one another. Hey, it is.
Yeah, it was quality stuff. Like I said, it's only 2 minutes, but it was solid gold for 2 minutes.
That's, man, baseball. And man, I don't even know how we haven't really gotten to baseball this year. For some reason, it's just not flowing the way I thought it would. I went through some of these baseball pages, and there isn't a whole lot of baseball spoken about there. You have your diehard baseball fans, but you don't have all the views that you would expect baseball of this magnitude would deserve. You would think that it should be just like football, or just like even boxing, which is such an emotional sport, I guess, for the fans. Baseball, it's just not like that. And then the guys you hear talking about it, or people you hear talking about it, are older people. It isn't the younger crowd. It's not 19, 20, 25 years old anymore.
That's what I was going to say. The baseball audience, I believe most of them aren't on social media a lot, you know, especially, you know, if you're talking 12 to 30, like, or 25, you know, I don't think there's a lot of baseball fans. Definitely not like they used to be. You know, when we were in those ages, we were diehard baseball fans. I'm still a diehard baseball fan. But my son, who's 22, he don't really care about baseball. He'll go to White Sox games, but he doesn't watch. He doesn't follow any players. I don't even know if he could name any players on the White Sox. And, you know, that's part of this younger generation.